Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Reliable Source. I'm Jonelle.
And I'm Kirsty, and we're both journalists at Europe's biggest newsroom, BBC News, and we also work on the BBC News TikTok account. And every week we come here to tell you about the stories that we've been the most obsessed with.
So, why is everyone obsessed about this royal family Photoshop fail?
They should absolutely have known that all of these armchair investigators were going to absolutely pore over every single pixel with a fine-tooth comb looking for signs that something untoward was going on.
And why are people going boy sober? What does it mean? We hear from Caity Baser on whether she would do it.
I don't need to be with somebody to be in love. You have everything you need within you and you can be so happy.
And how easy is it to track me and Kirsty on social media? We've asked some of our BBC colleagues to be on the case.
I think you were were you with your friend called Saria? You went to uni together, right?
Let's go.
What is going on with the royals? We've seen so much on my feed.
So much.
The hashtag, when you go on TikTok, any video that's talking about the royals says, "Where is Kate Middleton?"
Yeah.
Where is she?
Where is she? We don't know.
Well, the official story is that Kate Middleton was in hospital for a sort of abdominal surgery, and that was announced on the 17th of January.
Yeah.
So we've been told that she's not going to be doing any public duties until Easter, which is believed to be mid-April.
We've not expected to see her for quite a while, but then obviously you guys probably will already know, but my WhatsApp was literally going insane over this, is the photo that she released on Mother's Day. She released a picture with her kids and the picture was a little bit sus. It had a few discrepancies in it. It looked like it had been edited. Not talking Facetune, I'm not talking FaceApp, she's not yassified herself, but it's more like there's little bits of the picture that don't quite make sense. And that picture was supposed to calm everything down and be like, look, we're here, we're fine. Happy Mother's Day, let's move on, stop talking about where I am. And actually it's done the opposite. And in fact, PA and AP and all these other, they're sort of photography organisations, which places like BBC News, we get sent pictures from them. And what happened here was the royals sent it to the news agencies sent it to the press, and then looked at it again and said, hold on, this looks a bit dodgy. Went back to the royals to say, what's going on here? Can you confirm this isn't edited? They didn't confirm that. And so the news agency sent out what's called a kill notification, where they basically say to the press, don't use this. We can't confirm that it's legit.
I was so shocked when I saw
shocking.
that. It was really quite shocking. And I was working on the Oscars. I was doing an overnight. It was Mother's Day. So obviously had a lovely meal with the mother. Shout out Hells. And then came to work at 8 p.m. Later on that night, when I was, looking at the stars, I was looking at the red carpets, the outfits, stunning. Suddenly we see this kill notification come. The photo needs to be killed. We need to remove the photo. It was very shocking.
So then the next part of the story, which is the most recent bit as we're recording on Tuesday, is that Kate Middleton put out a statement to say that it was her who edited the photo. She said, like any other amateur photographer, sometimes I play around with editing, and basically just saying it was an honest mistake and she took the blame for it. So let's get to the bottom of what the hell is going on. So with us now is Jack Royston, the chief royal correspondent for Newsweek and the host of the Royal Report podcast. Hi, Jack.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I feel like you're the dream person to have on. You've got a royal podcast and you're a royal correspondent. So you just spent all day talking about the royals.
I spent all week, all day talking about the royals, and all day in my own WhatsApps with everybody else who are my friends asking me about the royals.
So I'm sure you've had because I've had WhatsApps of people being like, what's going on with Kate? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a royal correspondent.
I've had so many rumours.
You must have had so many more messages. So what have you been replying to people?
Look, there are loads of rumours. Some of them are utterly ridiculous. Some of them are less ridiculous than others. But I think ultimately it's very important not to speculate on matters of health because, they do have a right to privacy around health. But look, Kensington Palace, all of their kind of communications have been along the lines, it was a simple procedure, it was planned, it was successful, her recovery is doing well. They've not acknowledged any kind of struggle or anything difficult, and that obviously then makes people think well, if everything's just fine, then why can't they just release a picture? Why can't she just do a video? People don't really understand.
Yeah.
So in terms of what Kensington Palace could do next, They could look at Kate doing a video where, just completely candid, not trying to make it look perfect, not trying to make it look polished, but actually, if anything, leaning into a really naturalistic...
Like a TikTok.
Like a TikTok,
compared
totally,
to like an
exactly.
Instagram photo,
Exactly, 100%. Just make it really candid and low-key.
Why can't you just post a little selfie and say, guys, I'm good, I'm good, or I'm not so good, please respect me.
Yeah, people just want to see that she's okay. And the thing is, because people just literally don't understand why she wouldn't actively want to just do that, that just kind of amplifies the conspiracy theories and people thinking like, this just does not make sense. Why is it so hard to get one picture of her? Where you have a vacuum, people fill that vacuum with wild theories. I mean, it should have been looked over. They should absolutely have known that all of these armchair investigators were going to absolutely pore over every single pixel with a fine-tooth comb looking for signs that something untoward was going on, and then obviously found like innumerable signs that all was not as it seemed. So yeah, they should have done. It could be that there was a time pressure.
I think the edit seems strange though, because it's not like...
It seems strange. Of course it seems strange. It had like 20 irregularities
Well,
in
yeah,
it.
in the way that if I was to edit, I would make, I don't know, my skin clearer or my eyelashes darker. But
Yeah.
these are kind of strange things. Like, why would you edit your hand? It looks like, it's not like an imperfection, if you see what I mean.
But also like,
It's
why
more
are
of
the
an
kids...
oddity, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an oddity. Well, so one theory that kind of analysts have suggested is that, she might have had like 6 photos of the same scene and wanted everybody to be looking their best. So took like Charlotte from one picture and Louis from another picture. It's very weird and it begs so many questions. It's just, for the palace, it's like, nobody's really just going to instinctively trust them ever again. And yeah, it's a crisis. It's a massive crisis for them. But Kensington Palace must be a reliable source of information. So
Shout out reliable source.
Reliable source.
How unprecedented is it to have a picture kill? What does it mean? And has it ever happened for the royal family before?
I think it's completely unprecedented for the royal family. It's completely new terrain for them. And I think the repercussions will be long lasting because people will always say, well, can we trust them?
Well, we hope she's okay. Kate Gate, Kate Conspiracy, whatever you want to call it, continues
Conspiracy.
for now.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. It's been great
Thank
to have
you.
you.
No
Thanks
problem.
for
Thank
your
you. See you
expertise.
later.
Cheers.
If you're looking for a new podcast obsession, we think you might like Murder They Wrote with Laura Whitmore and Ian Sterling.
Listen to some of the world's most jaw-dropping crime stories on BBC Sounds. Now, where were we? Have you ever gone or considered going boy sober?
Do you know what? I wouldn't never call it boy sober. I would probably call it retirement.
From the game?
From the game. I've retired from the game because the game is, it's not that fair at times, I believe. So I've retired many a time. I've bounced back.
You've come back from retirement, yeah.
I have come back from retirement, yeah.
Well, this trend is like the idea that like you can just go completely sober from boys. You can just stop. And this also, by the way, this is for any sexuality, maybe just from dating, we should call it. But it's like no dating, no exes. In fact, the creator that came up with this trend, Hope Woodard, she's a US comedian, and she basically made a video saying, these are my rules for quitting boys and going boy sober. Let's hear what they were.
No dating apps, no dates, no exes, no situationships. And let me just say, my whole life I've been saying, oh, I'm single. No, I've never been single. I've always had a situationship. You're not single if someone is taking up your brain space, okay?
She's been posting updates, and it is funny to kind of see how, decentering dating from your life and how that kind of has made her feel free and made her feel like she's thriving in other ways. But it's interesting to see, like, as, a young person, how much you prioritize dating.
It's just like the whole brain space that dating takes up, they're thinking it just feels like a waste of time.
However, when I have met really like successful, long-standing relationships, they always say that when they were looking for their person, they actually treated it like a job. So maybe that's just what comes with it, because life is not meant to be like necessarily that easy. Maybe we need to get more resilient, or maybe we need to reflect more. And maybe boy sober is something you should do every couple of months to kind of make sure, okay,
Reset.
1 second, let's reset, chat to someone.
Make sure you're not getting into any toxic cycles.
Exactly.
I wanted to know whether people have done this or are doing this, right? So I put it on my Instagram story. Have you gone boy sober? A few people sent us some little fun voice notes, didn't they, of their experience?
Yeah, they did.
Hey girls, yes, I have gone boy sober, or as I like to call it, I am on dating strike. I am not speaking to any guys at the moment, and I've deleted all the dating apps from my phone. I feel like most of my situationships or flings that have stemmed from dating apps have just been quite transactional, and they've not been very meaningful, and they've not always necessarily been with people that I am truly compatible with.
I would most definitely go boy sober, because I just think whatever has a boy done for me that has had a net positive benefit, I can't exactly give you a circumstance because it's never actually happened, but I have had situationships, and it just makes me think, what is somebody stealing my peace? I don't need my peace to be stolen. I wake up, all I have to worry about is myself, not whether somebody's son has texted me back.
So let's talk more about this with Caity Baser, who's in the studio with us.
Hey, Katie.
Hey,
So hi, Katie.
Hi, Quinn.
How's it going?
It's really going. For
It's
sure.
going. You said you're tired, but hopefully we
I'm
can bring
so
you some
tired.
life and
My
energy.
makeup artist came in today, and I literally opened the door, and I just went, ugh. And then I got straight back
God.
into bed, and then she was like, "Hey, do you want to
She
get ready
woke
now?"
you
And I was
up.
like, "Oh, I don't know why. I'm just knackered today."
I know.
You've
what you
been
mean.
really
I'm-
living life, you know.
Yeah, I can agree. I don't know. My tiredness is probably not the same as yours because, I'm not a performer.
A performer.
I would love to be a performer, but God didn't, grace me with the talents for that. So I will be the journalist with the magnifying glass. We're here to talk about boys.
Oh my god, boys.
Have you seen the girl on TikTok that said she's boy sober? So
there's a
how
new
if
trend.
you know when you wake up after you've drank loads and you're like, I'm actually never drinking again in my life,
But then it gets to like Tuesday, and you're like,
and you're like, could though.
should we have a pint?
The sun's shining, the cocktails are half price, I might have to do it.
Yeah.
But this girl was like, this is how she feels about boys. She was like, do you know what? It's not worth my time. I'm quitting boys. I'm quitting situationships, meeting up with exes, sleeping with people, dating people.
Even texting
dating
people.
apps, texting people.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm just going to quit it because it takes up too much space in my brain.
That's fair.
Yeah?
I respect that.
Yeah?
I was messing with somebody for like 3 years, and we were never together, and I let him like ruin my life. And then literally one morning I woke up and I was like, what am I actually doing? This isn't fun.
Do you think that conversation, that what are we conversation,
We never had a what are we
You
conversation.
never had it?
He'd be like, oh no, like we're not together, we're never gonna be together. And I'd be like, okay.
right?
And when you like don't want to be on your own, so you just like sort of put up with it.
Yeah.
God.
I did it
Yeah.
for so long because
Yeah.
I was just like, I'd
Yeah.
rather be like treated like crap than on my own, which is really
You've got
sad.
some great songs out of it,
Right?
Some of us have got
Great
nothing out of it.
content.
Just a waste of time. You've got some content, music videos, shots,
some music
some songs. You've got the galleys bopping along.
We got it.
It could have been worse.
It could have been worse for sure, but I can't be asked now, and like I feel like I'm grateful that I went through that because now I just don't put up with anything.
How did you have the epiphany? Because you said you just woke up one day and you're like, what am I doing? But like, what did the penny just drop?
I think
the
it was
frontal lobe?
summertime.
Okay.
Summertime last year. The sun was shining. I was out with my friends like every single day, meeting new people.
You were like, there's just more on the horizon.
And I like was being in London more. Like I've just moved to London now as well. But like the world is so big, and I was like, why am I getting caught up over somebody that doesn't even give a crap about me? It's so pointless, and I deserve to be loved.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you definitely deserve all the love.
When you were in this 3-year thing, I'm guessing this is who a lot of your songs are about, right?
And it's so funny because I have these like interviews, and they're like, oh, so all these boys that these songs are about, and I'm like, all these boys, yeah. It's literally one person. I'm literally a simp when it comes down to it. I am. A
We
simp.
love simps.
Really?
We love simps on Reliable Source.
No,
We
yeah,
do, and they all
Yeah.
think I'm this like bad man mania, but I'm just
You
getting,
give off Manny vibes,
Well,
which I kind of absolutely love.
I'm glad I do.
Yeah.
But behind closed doors, I'm just like a love me.
The boy that you were seeing for 3 years, right? You said you never had the what are we conversation. So we've got some stats, okay, from Hinge.
From Hingey.
Don't know if you've
Hingey.
ever been on the old Hinge.
Not Hinge.
So 46% of Hinge users said they've avoided saying what are we to someone they're seeing because they didn't know how to bring it up. They thought it was awkward. Would you say you're one of them people?
Now I'm not.
Okay.
I've grown so much, and I like understand a lot more about myself and a lot more about like what I deserve and what a healthy relationship looks like.
How do you think you did that? Like, because
By getting rid of him
really.
and realizing that I don't need to be with somebody to like be in love. Like, you have everything you need within you, and you can be so happy and you can be in love with your friends.
And a lot of people are doing this boy sober trend of quitting dating boys because it's like it takes up so much of your brain space, so much of your time. And a lot of people were even saying on the trend that like they were like having sexual relations that they weren't even enjoying just because they felt like they should, and they were just looking back at stuff they were
felt
doing like,
bad,
what a waste of
honestly.
time. Or yeah, they didn't want to offend someone, so they were like,
That's
oh, cool, I'll
really-
just do it, but I don't actually care.
It's really quite
It's
disappointing,
so
isn't it?
bad.
Sad. Yeah.
Like, I do not know one girl that has not done that, you know. I know all my girlfriends like, yeah, like we did this and it was awful, but I just did it.
God.
And I'm like, brilliant. Me too. Like, I don't know, why do we do it? Why?
If you had a healthy relationship now where you're like, this is starting to be good, would you write songs about it? Like if he annoyed you and you had an argument, would you be like, right, well, that's it?
I mean, like, making songs is like a warm hug for me, you know. Like I said, I'm really bad at communicating. When I make songs, it's like that's how I express myself. And if something's really, really annoyed me, I would sort of let you know a little bit in person. Okay. Well, with boys anyway. With my like friends, I will tell you how it is to your face. It's fine. But with boys, I just struggle with it. So I'll make a song about it with exactly how I feel, the ins, the outs. So many girls and boys and whoever's have gone through like similar things. And I feel like the way that I look at it is if something is bad or it is good, I will never like change it. I'll just be like, this is exactly how it is.
One thing that has maybe not held you back, but like a little bump in the road is the Universal Music Group drama on TikTok.
I'm loving it, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, because so your songs, loads of your sounds got removed.
Yeah, but I feel like for musicians, it's just become like a promo palace.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you are good at the promo. You're all over my
and
For You
it's
page,
fun to do.
babes.
But then like when you go to the studio and you put your heart and soul into a song that you think is amazing, and then you post it on TikTok and it gets like 50k views, everyone's like, well, it's not gone viral, so on to the next.
Really?
Wait,
in the
what?
industry, you mean?
Yes. I want to make music to perform live in person in front of people. Views don't like, they're cool, and when I blow up, tell you what, I'm like, what? I'm sick.
Everybody loves me.
I'm sick.
Next week when it's gone viral,
And I come back and I go, everything I said is a lie. I love you, TikTok. I love you. But I'm just like, I used to spend every single day like refreshing my things, like looking at comments and like getting in such a hole with it. It takes the fun out of it, and I like to have fun.
Well, hopefully, you know, you get some viral hits, or you just quit and you don't.
Or I just quit,
Go
back
live
to the co-op
shows.
and have a great time. But all I want to do is perform, and that's it.
Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so
It's been
much for
lovely to have
having
you,
me.
babes.
It's lovely to be
Have a
here.
great rest of your day.
You have a great rest
Maybe
of your
have
day.
a nap because you said you're a bit sleepy.
I know, I've got to go and do some singing now, which I'm actually really excited for.
Oh my God, love it. What are you singing?
I'm a Problem on MTV.
Wow. Love it. You've got this. And if you ever need to go boy sober, that's fine. If not, that's okay
That's also
too.
fine.
You know what? Just choose what you want to do in life.
Choose
You
what
could be
wanna
boy
do.
drunk if you want.
Yeah, the boy.
Shots.
Take some shots.
Make a
Boy drunk
cocktail,
or boy
if you will.
sober,
Boy
we're
drunk or
not
boy
judging
sober.
here.
No.
We love it. We love it all. Merlin is back in the studio with us. Merlin Thomas works with BBC Verify. Welcome, Merlin. Hello.
Hey, babes.
Just like the wizard, she's back. But Merlin, tell us what your job is again. Tell us.
So I work for BBC Verify, and basically what we do is we look at videos and photos and try and figure out where people are. But normally we do this not for you guys, but for like events all around the world, whether that's like unrest in Haiti, what's going on in Gaza, the war in Ukraine, everything. Like that's what we do.
Why is that important?
Because it's the fact that we can find out where someone or something is, where like an airstrike is, or where like there's an attack. That is so important, because with war, in any kinds of war, there's always like a propaganda like war. And so it's really important to find out what is real and what is not.
So we got you on last week, if anyone didn't listen, because we were talking about how easy it is to track people down, because Ayame, this content creator who we had on, had basically this guy track her down just from her TikTok. And then we tasked you at the end of the episode with trying to find where we were in some of these videos.
Here's the video that I sent you. Super short, isn't it?
It's super short. I think it's like 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
And I sent an even shorter one. Here's the one that I sent you.
So I did yours first.
Oh my God.
And yours was on 37 Rue Vasson in Marseille, is where I found it to be. Was that right?
Yep, that is
There we go.
correct. And
I'm really
do you have any
scared.
more information?
I think you were with... were you with your friend called Saria? You went to uni together, right? So if you look at the video, you can see that there's bagel corner in the right hand side of the video. Now, if you go to Google Maps and look at how many bagel corners there are in Europe, there's not that many. There's like 5 or 6, I can't remember. There's a few. Anyway, I went to like the Google Street View of each one, and this one matches up. So there's like the T junction, there's the bagel corner, there's the other like shop in the background. You can see like a boutique for real or something. Yeah. So that's how I know.
And how did you find Saria?
Well, you can just, so I just looked at your friends. You'd be surprised. You don't have that many friends who are like recurringly like always in your stories and highlights. Oh. Sorry, it's just it.
So you really delved through.
Yeah. And then yours. So what, yours was like a 2-second video, right?
Yeah, it was literally like.
So in that 2-second video, wait, actually let me get it up. In that 2-second video.
Yeah, you're in it, but it's the back of your
It's the back of you, but also I can hear your laugh, so I know it's you. In the back of it, in it, you can see a taxi. And if you zoom in, it says Vizu. And so I Googled it and I landed on Sheffield.
That's exactly where we were.
We were in Sheffield. We were.
Yeah.
We were there for the Mobos.
I was trying to figure out where you were there for because of the snow. I was like, okay, it's obviously not like recent. It was ages ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was like a couple of weeks ago.
It was just
really?
the north.
Yeah.
The north. Well, that one I was like, went on Google Street View, had the same lamps, had the same trees,
so
same positioning.
You know exactly where I was then in Sheffield.
Yeah.
Where was it?
It's like by where the pickup bit is, where the taxis are. You come out of the train station, you turn left, and there are the like fountains.
That's exactly where we were. I'm really scared. I'm really scared.
Girls, stay safe.
Stay safe.
So on a serious note, it is really important to keep yourself safe. How can we both, and everybody else, keep yourself safe on social media, even when you're posting a 2-second video? Or even just a photo.
Okay, so don't post like immediately from where you are, because then someone can find you immediately. If you're like at a restaurant, then they will, in theory, be able to be like, turn up and be like, hello. Secondly, put your like following and like follower lists like on lockdown. Make sure that no one else can see, because that's really easy. Like that's how I can find like Saria or anyone else. Like that's if you hadn't had that, if you had like had it locked down. Also, you tag people, right? Which is fine. That's fine, but you have to remember, like, your life online is just like a jigsaw like puzzle that everyone can like piece together.
I checked. She's actually changed hers now.
Oh, really?
I can't see who.
There you go.
Did she?
Yeah.
So like, just be safe.
Be safe.
Just be safe, girls.
Okay, thanks so much. You are our teacher.
Honestly, you are a wizard.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed trying to track you guys down.
Oh my God, you can't keep up though.
I do now watch your Instagram stories and I'm like,
wonder
where they are.
If I post something, can you reply like, found you?
Like, here you are.
Thanks so much for listening to Reliable Source. We'll be back every week.
Remember to tap subscribe or follow so you never miss an episode.
And that can be on any platform: YouTube, BBC Sound, Spotify, Apple, literally wherever you get your podcasts, we're there.
And until next time, always get your news from a reliable source.
Bye.
Bye.